What's good, guys? Welcome back to another trade recap. I took this trade today, caught 25 points today on trading the Nasdaq, and I'm just gonna go over it today. Before I do that though, I just want to say, join the Discord, link in bio. It's completely free, and I live trade in there every single day for free. So yeah, come check out the Discord, link in bio. But let's hop into it. So for this trade today, these are gonna be really quick. For the trade today, basically what I was looking for is I trade 5-minute inverses. That's like my main strat right now. 5-minute inverses, 1-minute consequent encroachment, which is basically just retracement to the midpoint, and that's exactly what I look for today. Coming into the market, we looked. Let's see. Oops. Sorry. Coming into the market, I'd say we looked pretty bearish. I mean, we're in this downtrend. We closed below this 4-hour for value gap. And then we also, as you can see, now the 10 a.m. candle, we tapped this 4-hour and we're respecting it. On the 1 hour, also we had this 1 hour. The main thing was this 1 hour for value gap that we respected, as you can see. And that was really bearish. Also, we're in a downtrend. A lot of people would say, okay, but you have London high, you have Asian high. Why are we not using those as draws? If we are so bearish, you can't just think that we're gonna go to every single draw. Will we hit these highs eventually? Of course, but just because we've swept Asia low and London low doesn't mean that we're going to 100% go to these highs. And you just kind of got to use market structure and trend and other concepts like that to confirm that for you. So yeah, hopping down to the 15-minute. That's where I usually, after I check my daily bias, is where I start my analysis. Again, I do very simple analysis. I keep it very simple. Basically, what I was looking for is I look for 15-minute and 5-minute inverse value gaps that we can inverse and we can enter off the midpoint of. The first one I see is this 15 right here, which is really interesting. And then, so I marked that. That one just seemed really obvious for me. In my head, it's like, okay, if we rip up, we're starting to look bullish. We, reject off these lows. We start coming up. If we close above if we close above on the 1 minute at this 15-minute for value gap, we can set our limits at the 50% level of it, and I can continue the move up to London high and Asian high. And I think that would have been a really good trade. However, when we opened today, we didn't get that. We didn't come up here, so there was no need for me to take longs. Some people might be like, oh, well, why didn't you long before it? Because I only enter on 15-minute inverses, 1-minute consequent encroachment. That has a draw. So yeah, that is why we didn't get longs today, and I'm glad I didn't take longs. As you can see, the 15-minute kind of looks pretty disgusting, but obviously it didn't look like that earlier. But anyway, so hopping down to the 5-minute, this is where I actually found my entry for today. The two gaps I had marked when I came on the market was this 15-minute for longs and this 5-minute for shorts that we got right at the close. So if we zoom in here on this 5-minute, as you can see, we made this 5-minute for value gap. We closed here at 9:35. As soon as we closed, I marked it on my chart. And then basically what I'm looking for is a close below the 50% level on the 1 minute and then a retracement to it. So if I go to the 1 minute now, we can see it. Actually, yeah, it was 25 points. So yeah, we got this close right here. So first thing I want to notice is we made a lower high here on the 1 minute. Again, you got to be very careful of that though. That doesn't really mean much, to be honest. We can look for like liquidity sweeps. We did sweep a lot of this low resistance liquidity. Obviously we didn't come up here, but we did sweep a good bit of it. So that was pretty good. We had a lower high, which you got to take with a grain of salt, but it's fine. And then we came down. I like these top wicks. The 2 minute, the 3 minute, 2 minute, very big engulfing also. This looked really bearish to me. 3 minute looked good too. A really good top wick there on the 3 minute at that close right before our entry. But anyway, I usually enter on the 1 minute. So entering on the 1 minute, looking for basically once we got this close below, as long as the candle looks bearish itself, like I don't want to enter on a candle that has like a super long bottom wick, even if we close below the 50%. Like that doesn't really make sense. But we closed below the 50%. We closed pretty substantially, not that big of a bottom wick. We are in this 1 minute gap here, but that's fine with me. There's so many 1 minute gaps. I think the other confluences stacked up, and my discretion told me that this would still be a good trade to take. So I set my limit order at the 50% level. Basically, if we come back up and retrace, I preferably would want it on the next candle after the close, preferably. Sometimes we don't get it to like 2 or 3 candles below, but if we ever go more than like 20 points away from where I want to enter, I do not take the trade. Honestly, more like 15 points. I just let it go, and I remove my limits. But as soon as we got this close below, I set my limit at 782.50, and as you can see, we came up, we tapped it, got tapped into shorts there, right at 782.50. Set my TP at this low right here. And you might be like, okay, why did you set it at this low? I'll explain that in a second. And then I set my stop loss just 25 points as a stop. Could have done it like this, but I didn't want to have a negative RR. I should have probably just put it right here anyway at the top of the wick. You just always want to put it at the top of a wick, just so like we can reject. Let me see if there was anything like that 2-minute wick, 3-minute wick. You know, we looked pretty bearish though, so I was pretty confident. But then, as you can see, we came up a little bit. I got a little scared. Luckily, not luckily, but we did reject VWAP here. I think this is VWAP. Yeah, so we rejected VWAP here, so I was like, okay. And then once we got this 1 minute engulfing here, I was like, all right, this is gonna hit TP because we're following the trend. Everything looks good. This 1 minute engulfing was so nice. Rejecting VWAP, it was perfect. And yeah, so we ripped straight down to TP. I hit 25. I hit like 25.25 points right at this low. And a lot of people was like, okay, well, why didn't you have your stop at like this low or this low or this low? And you could have, like, if you would have had your stop at this low, like the low that swept London, like it would have hit, right? But the reason I didn't is because we didn't really have, it's because we didn't have any session liquidity lower. Like we already swept Asia and London low, and I know we still had London high and Asia high to sweep. So I didn't want to go for like a huge move down, even though it was only like an extra like 20 points ish, which might be a lot, might be a little to you, but yeah, I was like, we still got highs. Like, I'm just going to try to take my piece of the pie. I don't need the whole move. And yeah, we ended up hitting TP after like 9:43 so we were in the trade for like 8 minutes. Yeah, we got out like right here. And so yeah, pretty good trade on the day. I took this on live in the Discord for completely free. I go live. We had like 70 or 80 people tail this today. Maybe I can pull it up. Can I do this? Yes, I can. Can you guys see this? Yes, you can. I'll put it right here. So this is my Discord. We had a lot of people make money, as you can see. 600, 780. How much does this person make? I don't even know. $1,100, $50, 700, 800, 2.2K, 700, I guess on 2 accounts. And then yeah, posted it here, past trades. There you go. And yeah, we had like 70 people in the live today, so it was pretty good. I go live in this channel right here, live trading schedule. You can go in the schedule and see what times I go live trading here every single day for free. So join up. And yeah, pretty good trade for the day. That's going to wrap up my trade recap. I appreciate y'all joining. Make sure to use code CRV for the best discount at MFF and Alpha. Alpha's doing 25% off right now, all accounts, which is pretty good. So go get that. Go check out crvshirts.com if you want some, funny trading merch. And yeah, if you're interested in any of the other stuff I do, links in bio. Go check it out. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully for another trade recap. Peace out, guys. Peace.